Hey guys, John here from Bring the SEO. Today I want to take just a quick moment to talk about discounts. Of course, when it comes to anyone that's providing any type of service, usually they're faced with prospects and clients asking for discounts. Hey, can you do it a little bit cheaper? Hey, if you work with us, give us a good rate. We'll send you referrals. I mean, I've been faced with all sorts of requests and questions from prospects, both prospects and clients asking for discounts. Now I've scribbled down some notes here around various strategies and ways that I've used to leverage discounts to my advantage. I'll share these with you, and these have proven to be quite what's the word? I've had a great deal of success with this. They need to be used at caution. The first thing that I will say, however, when it comes to offering discounts, you need to make the decision and get very clear around whether or not you want to offer discounts at all. Okay? This needs to be either a yes or a no. It can't be a little bit of each, right? Because this is incredibly important. And I actually thought about recording a video today around, prospects and clients wanting to play with your terms of service. Can you do it a bit cheaper, or can we change the payment structure? And it can get really, really messy. But for this video, I want to focus on discounts. But just getting back to my point, whatever decision you make when it comes to whether or not you want to offer discounts or you don't, you have to make the decision, be comfortable with the decision that you've made, and you need to stick with it, and you need to enforce it. Okay, you can't be saying, yes, okay, we'll take a little bit off the price this time, and next time round, well, we shouldn't have done that because it turned into an absolute shit show. You've got to make the decision. You either offer discounts, yes or no. Now, if you make the decision to say, we never, under any circumstances, offer discounts, make the decision and be comfortable with it. Now, saying yes, if you make the decision that you want to at least consider offering discounts, here's the strategy that I used. The first thing I'll say is this: if you're going to provide discounts, then you need to do it in a way in which it's a win-win situation. It shouldn't be win-lose or lose-win. In other words, it shouldn't be they win at your expense or vice versa. Now, the strategy that I used was where I would request the client prepay. Now, I'll scribble down my numbers here because I want to make sure that I get this right. But stick with me. I'm going to run through these numbers and I'll share with you exactly how this works. So, to provide some context around how this works, I would be charging an hourly rate, right? My standard hourly rate would be $165 an hour for a minimum of 15 hours a month or $2,500 a month, right? That was my standard rate. And that was what I would charge month to month. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, you shouldn't exchange time for money, and charging an hourly rate limits your income. I'll shoot a video on that at another time because that's all nonsense. So standard monthly rate, month to month, $165 an hour for a minimum of 15 hours a month or $2,500 a month. Now, if they wanted a discount, I'd say, okay, listen, if you want a discount, we can give you one. What we'll do is we'll drop the hourly rate from $165 an hour. We'll drop the hourly rate down to $150 an hour, right? We'll drop the hourly rate to $150 an hour, still at 15 hours a month, so long as you prepay, right? So if you want to prepay 6 months in advance, we'll drop the hourly rate to $150 an hour as opposed to $165 an hour. That then means that your per month rate drops from $2,500 to $2,250. However, you're not collecting it month to month. They're prepaying 6 months in advance, so you collect $13,500 up front. I don't want to sit here on my calculator and crunch the numbers, but I don't know. Let's do it anyway, just for shits and giggles. What does that save them? It saves them $250 a month times 6, so it saves them $1,500 over a 6-month period. Now, I've tested and implemented this strategy, and I know that it works. Now, if you want to take it even further again and say, hey, we'll drop the hourly rate to $135 an hour, again, still working at a minimum of 15 hours a month, prepay 12 months in advance, and we'll do that. So if you want to prepay 12 months in advance, we'll drop the hourly rate to $135 an hour, still working a minimum of 15 hours. That means that your per month rate drops to $2,025, but you're collecting $24,300 up front. Right now, I'm sure there's going to be people watching this video saying, oh, that's all nonsense and, you shouldn't be working at an hourly rate and all of this sort of crap. But I can tell you that this works. This is something that I did for many years. And what I found especially was around tax, just before tax time, clients would message me and say, listen, tax time's coming up. We need to spend some money. And there were days, like I think my best day, I did just under $100,000 in one day. Now, of course, there are pros and cons associated with this strategy. One, the pro, of course, is that you collect a shitload of money up front, which is fantastic. The con, of course, is that you lose that recurring revenue because they've paid up front, which means that you can't get excited and go out and buy a new car and a fancy suit. You've got to be sensible with your money. And you have to make sure that you budget and allocate those funds across the time of which they've prepaid for. So that's something to consider. Of course, this entire strategy is built upon charging an hourly rate. If you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful and you want to understand how the hourly rate works, post a comment below and I'll explain it. It's very, very simple. That's it for me today. Hope you found this video useful and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to learn more, head over to bringtheseo.com. We provide business development training for SEO consultants wanting to improve their processes, increase profits, and scale to $100,000 a month or more without all the stress and overwhelm.